Hey YouTube, Shuken Shinobi here with a review of the D-Arts Rockman X Zero. One thing to note, this is the Zero from X1. So he does not have his beam saber, he does not have his shoulder pads, he does not have his redecoed armor. This is the original, so just wait. If you want the one with the beam saber and all that fun stuff, wait, don't get this one. If you're not interested, just click the X in the top of your browser and call it a day. But if you're interested in still sticking around, then let's take a look at the figure. The box is the same as the Xbox, except done in red and purple with Zero's design. This is the Full Armor X that will be released. It actually came out today as of this filming. So that will be coming fairly soon. Just watch out for that. Pretty cool picture right there. And we're back to the front. So taking a look at the figure. He has the same base mold as X with some minor changes. Minor changes. Obviously, like the waist is different here. This, despite being same at the core, looks a little bit different. He's got the little green boobies. His shoulders are obviously rounded and different. And, well, basically everything is different except the main basis of the armor of the figure. Here is normal X in comparison. I do have trouble standing these guys. I think I'm just slightly retarded, but that aside, they do look pretty awesome together, and we'll try to get a cool pose of them together later. But here is Zero. His head is on a pretty nice ball joint. His hair is on a ball joint, actually, so this can swivel around. Actually, it's on a ball joint, it's on a swivel, so it can swivel back and forth. It does heavily hinder his head articulation. He can't look back too far. I take that back, actually. He can look up as far as he needs to be, because this right here is on a swivel with an imprint in his helmet, so he can still look up and down without the hair hindering him at all. So that's pretty nice. Good job, Bandai. His shoulders are in a nice ball joint system. Like I said, they just pop right off, just like Metabee's release. So you can do cool things like popping off X's shoulder, which is apparently not as easy to come off as Zero's. We can pop his shoulder off and then replace it. So you got mix and match day at the labs. So you can do things like that. Obviously, it is just as customizable with the legs, which I will show shortly once I get down that far and things don't fall off on accident. It was a happy accident, like a good kid. His buster is right here. Obviously, there are some cool things you can do with the buster. I'll show that later. There is it is a double joint, if I believe correctly. Yep, it is a double joint. There's a piece of plastic here that hides the joint well. So good for them on that. You've got some articulation up here in the abs, and then down here at the waist. There isn't really too much in the abs, but there's a lot in the waist, so kind of makes up for it. A nice little swivelly motion here at the hips. A double joint here at the legs. The same sort of configuration. Once again, his legs just pop right off, and once again, they are an absolute pain to get back on. Thank you, Zero. So, let me go fix Zero. Alright, so another quick look at the details of the figure. Here's his head sculpt. Pretty well done. He's very angry, but that's okay. Overall, I really like what they accomplished. I think the hair in particular is really well done. It's sculpted in a couple pieces and then glued together. It's pointy. It doesn't move or anything like that, but there is variation in the paint, which is something I have a problem with on some of the figure art Zeros and stuff. So there's some nice variation in the paint, and it does look pretty nice overall. And there's the back of his armor. So really, overall, just a very great sculpt. Yeah, it is disappointing that they gave us the X1 version first instead of the more popular one, but I'll take what I can get, particularly because Zero is my favorite Mega Man character. So, accessories, he comes with a charge shot, very similar to the one that came with X. And that just plugs right into the buster, which we'll show later. a buster clip with a hole in it to peg this in. Just like that. Again, I'll show that. A replacement arm piece so he can have a hand. 2 faces, a looking up to the right face and a stern, angry face. A fist for that other hand. 2 little thumbs up, thumbs down, however you want to do it, hands. That actually looks like they hold a beam saber. So maybe I guess they're just preparing for the future with these, because really there isn't anything that these are usable for yet in terms of Rockman's releases. Then the splayed open holding the buster hands. So, good times. To put in the charge shot, you simply take this piece off, just like that. Replace it with the piece that has the hole in it. Take the charge shot, and then put it in there. It doesn't fit as sturdy as the other ones that came with X, but it does look pretty awesome. Pew. And all that fun stuff. So pretty cool all around. I'm not going to use those. I'm not a big fan of effect parts, because it kind of really limits what you do on a display. I like to be able to pick up my figures whenever I want and just kind of play with them, so I'm not a huge effects parts person, but it does look pretty cool if you're someone who just kind of likes to stick with one pose. So, like I said, he can switch to the other piece right here. As you can see, they all kind of interact with each other. So you can just plug that right in and then give him another hand. I'm just going to give him the fist, so that just pegs right in there. Just like that, and there you go. Now he's got another fist. Hip hip hooray. So, and one thing I do want to point out, obviously, is because it is switchable, is X's buster. So you can take that off, and you can give him X's buster. If I can line that up properly, which I can't. So you can give him X's buster. And of course, something that actually happened in the games, if I recall correctly, you can give Zero X's, or X Zero's buster. There we go. So you can give Zero X's buster, so now X has Zero's buster and he's all good to go. And another thing you can do if you really wanted to is pop off legs. And so you can give X one of Zero's legs. Can't get him in the peg correctly, but fully compatible, fully interchangeable, all that fun stuff. So give me a moment and we'll get these guys back to how they should look. Another really fun thing you can do is with all these parts popping off, you can emulate all the times that Zero got his ass kicked. So that's a pretty fun little gimmick that they probably didn't include on purpose, but whatever. Alright, so I took the liberty to switch a hand as well. I don't know why I gave him the gay pose hand, but I don't know. In that mood, I guess. So to change his head, just pop that piece off, and you can get in here pretty easy. Just push it forward. It's right on this little plug. So pop that right off, and you can put in the angry face. A very angry person. Or the looking to the right face. So he's off, looking to the right, doing his really crazy looking shit. Or you can just be normal and give him the normal serious face, because that one looks the most practical to me. So that will plug in right there, and then you just line up the pegs and then pop his face back together. So that is about all for this guy. Lots of accessories, so it is good, but again, just not completely necessary, some of them, but fun times were had. So here is X and Zero together. It would work a little bit better in this pose if I gave the buster on that end, but I didn't really feel like it, so let's go with that. So Zero is a fantastic figure. If you're a huge fan of Zero, I recommend picking him up. Otherwise, I would wait, only for the simple fact that they're bound to release the Zero that y'all know and love from the other, the later X games, down the line, either as a Tamashii web exclusive or retail release. I'm hoping retail release if they make Full Armor X a retail release. But they're bound to make the updated version of Zero later. So if you only want one of the figure, I would wait. Skip this. It isn't worth it. But if you're a huge fan of Zero like I am, it would be nice to have all his incarnations. So this is an easy pickup if you're a fan of Zero. Otherwise, I do recommend waiting for the updated version, whenever that is. There isn't even an announcement for it yet. But I'm sure it'll come eventually. But really nice figure overall. So if you did enjoy X, if you have him but are still on the fence about Zero, again, if you like Zero, I recommend picking him up. Otherwise, let it go. But really cool figure overall, and I do enjoy it. I love it a lot. So be sure to check out RidersRangersandRambles.com. While you're there, check out the Ramboards, and of course, check out ShukenShomi.com for all the latest updates on my reviews and hauls. So take care and have a great one. Bye.